Priti Patel has been forced to add written free speech protection to the legislation that she's introducing, all thanks to the ex-police officer Harry Miller. Absolutely well done, everybody, all the campaigners, all the activists, and especially Harry Miller, who's had a big journey until now. If you don't know who Harry Miller is, I'm going to give you a bit of a surprise in a few seconds. Priti Patel tweeted saying that I'm introducing an amendment to the police and crime bill to help protect the fundamental right of a freedom of expression and free speech. Finally. I mean, there's a lot of problems with all these bills that are coming from the Home Office. I have a massive problem, especially when it comes to the opposition against protests, free protests. That's a different argument. I've been ranting about this on the channel for ages. This bit is about free speech. She's added an amendment because of the push that we made. Harry Miller is an ex-police officer who was cancelled, and the police had to contact him. His own former colleagues had to call him, saying that there's been a complaint against you, and because you tweeted some controversial stuff. It was not a crime. They said it's not a crime, but it's hateful. Don't even know what that means. So he's started his campaign. He went to court and a number of courts, and now he's finally become the victor of this game. And we interviewed him on this channel. The full interview is on the mytc.co.uk, but I'm going to show you a very short clip of this interview to give you some sort of update.
Like sticking it onto the College of Policing, defeating every chief constable in the country, and then having the Home Secretary declare that she's going to incorporate my victory into the upcoming police and crimes bill to enshrine free speech into policing. I mean, that's not a bad week's work, is it?
No, I did see Priti Patel announcing it earlier, saying that finally she made some changes to that idiotic kind of piece of legislation. So that's actually not too bad. But for those people who don't know, firstly, obviously you're an ex-copper, and also the issue that you got involved with. Obviously, I'm going to let you tell the story. But first things first, what on earth is a non-crime hate incident?
Well, what was a non-crime hate
incident?
Was,
exactly was.
Okay, so a non-crime hate incident is any incident that isn't quite a crime, but which nevertheless someone perceives as being offensive against one of the 5 monitored strands as set out by the College of Policing. Initially, I took on Humberside Police and the College of Policing, and at the High Court over a year ago now, I beat Humberside Police. I mean, absolutely whooped their asses. Yeah. The judge said that there wasn't a cat in hell's chance that I wasn't even in the foothills of criminality. There was no chance whatsoever that my tweeting was the precursor to anything like criminality.
One of the things that we had, because I heard obviously not the details of it, the conversation, the first phone call you received from the police, which were your former colleagues. How was that phone call again? How did that go? The conversation was quite weird because it was
yeah. So they turned up at my place of work. Okay, I wasn't there, so I contacted PC Gull on his telephone, and I said, why have you turned up at my office? What do you want? Have I committed a crime? And he said, oh gosh, no, you haven't committed a crime. No, not at all. No question of there being any criminality. I said, so why are we speaking? And he said, I need to check your thinking.
Yeah, what is that? It's in 1984. I need to check your thinking.
That's what he said. I need to check your thinking. At which point, I had the same reaction as you, and same reaction as most old people. I sort of after I'd stopped laughing at him.
I'm thinking about food.
I said, let me get this straight. You're the police, and he said, yeah. And I said, I haven't committed a crime. He said, oh no. And I said, but you're here to check my thinking. He says, yeah. I said, have you any idea what that makes you sound like? And he said, no. And I said, okie dokie, right. There's this writer called George Orwell. He wrote 1984. And by the way, 1984 is a dystopian novel. It is not a police how-to manual. But of course, it's like, boom, straight over his head. He had no idea what the hell I was talking about.
Poor guy. Exactly.
And written into the Code of Ethics is the test of whether something is appropriate or not politically. It says it's what does the ordinary reasonable person think?
Yes.
Now they don't care about the ordinary reasonable person. They dismiss the ordinary reasonable person as being a bigot or too thick to comment. but it is baked into the code of ethics that
Yeah.
it is we, the people, who will decide whether or not something is political or not. And if it looks political, smells political, if it's remotely political, and we think it might be political, they need to step away.
Absolutely brilliant. Firstly, well done and congrats to everybody who's been involved with this campaign. And free speech is going to be winning. This country, we will not surrender. We are not going to be France. I keep using France as an example. But the other thing is, I've done a lot of interviews on this channel, on the main channel, myotc.co.uk. But this one, by far, is my favorite interview that I've done. If you want to watch the full version of the interview, definitely check it out on myotc.co.uk. That's where also you can become a member. Throughout the whole week, every few days, obviously we have exclusive interviews and longer conversations as well as obviously the free videos on YouTube. If you want to support the channel, that's the best way to actually support us, because of course this platform is no longer supporting us. That's how things are, unfortunately. Thanks again for watching on myotc, and we are the media.